Carlos Alcaraz has once again cemented his place in tennis history, not just with a trophy, but with a performance that will echo across generations. The 2025 French Open final was more than a match. It was a battle of wills, of talent, of belief. And in the end, the man who best embodied the Roland Garros mantra, "Victory belongs to the most tenacious," emerged victorious. The Parisian clay witnessed something extraordinary. It wasn't just a clash between the number 1 and number 2 players in the world. It was a war of attrition, a psychological tug-of-war that refused to end until every drop of energy was drained from both warriors. In that arena, Carlos Alcaraz was not just a player, he was a fighter, an artist, a symbol of pure perseverance. From the outset, Jannik Sinner looked every bit the top seed. Impeccable serve placement, laser-guided ground strokes, and an air of quiet dominance. He took the first set. He took the second. The writing seemed to be on the wall. But Carlos Alcaraz wasn't reading it. Down 2 sets, Alcaraz didn't blink. He didn't panic. Instead, he did what champions do, he adapted. He dug deep. He took the third set with pure grit. The fourth, even tighter. Championship points loomed. The crowd leaned in. Sinner was inches away. But the Spaniard stood taller. He held his nerve, snatched the tiebreak, and forced a decider. What followed was history. The fifth set didn't feel like tennis. It felt like destiny unrolling itself in slow motion. Each point a duel. Each shot a statement. And when the dust settled after the deciding 10-point tiebreak, it was Alcaraz on his knees, hands to the sky, clay smeared across his arms like war paint. He had done it. The longest French Open final in the tournament's history. The first man in the Open era to come back from 2 sets down in a Roland Garros final and win. And above all, the youngest player to win 2 consecutive French Open titles since Nadal's golden reign began. But what did that victory bring him, beyond glory? A handsome prize. For his historic triumph in Paris, Carlos Alcaraz walked away with €2.6 million, a fitting reward for a man who gave everything and then some. It's not just money. It's recognition. It's compensation for the physical and emotional rollercoaster he endured over more than 5 hours of relentless tennis. And make no mistake, every euro was earned. This was not a match won by chance. It was won through layers of preparation, through months of clay court grind, through sleepless nights of analysis, conditioning, mental rehearsal. Alcaraz didn't just win the French Open, he conquered it. And he did so against the most informed player in the world. Jannik Sinner, for all his brilliance, now becomes part of Alcaraz's legend. He pushed him. He tested him. He nearly broke him. But the difference between greatness and immortality is measured in moments, and Alcaraz owned those moments when it mattered most. His prize money wasn't the only reward. He also retained his number 2 ranking in the world but closed the gap with Sinner. He reinforced his dominance on clay, proving that 2024 wasn't a one-time miracle. He reminded the world that his hunger, his fire, his ambition, all remain intact. And beyond rankings and riches, Alcaraz walked away with something even more valuable: respect. Not just from fans, but from legends, from peers, from critics. The murmurs are no longer, "Next Nadal, there, the first Alcaraz." A player with his own path, his own legacy, his own identity. As Andre Agassi stepped onto court Philippe Chatrier to hand him the trophy, there was a visible sense of reverence. Agassi, an 8-time Grand Slam champion himself, understood the magnitude of what he had just witnessed. That wasn't just a final, it was a piece of tennis immortality. And while the trophy glistened under the Parisian sun, while the crowd erupted in celebration, Carlos Alcaraz didn't shout. He didn't collapse. He simply smiled. A champion's smile. A warrior's peace. Because in that moment, he wasn't just the winner of the 2025 French Open, he was the embodiment of its soul. The spirit of tenacity. The fire that refuses to burn out. And whether it's in prize money, trophies, or memories that never fade, Carlos Alcaraz had earned it all.